Hey guys, JCC2224 here, taking a look at the Robot Damashii or Robot Spirits anime versions of the MS06 Zaku IIs, both the normal MS06 Green Zaku II and the MS06S Char Zaku II. Both these figures are absolutely awesome and fantastic, and I love them. If you're into Gundam, if you're into Gunpla 1144, if you just like Gundam action figures, say if you were a fan of the old MSIAs, I think these are worth picking up. I really do enjoy these figures. They're very nicely articulated. They really do evoke the original cartoon or anime. I love it. I really do love these. Both of them come with quite the plethora of accessories, and I think I should probably show off the accessories first and get those out of the way. To start, they come with hands. A lot of hands. You have an open hand, you have a gesture hand, trigger finger hand, a more gripped hand, and a fist grip hand. All of those per each side, and you have them all for each character. You can tab these on top of each other, these little things, if you want. However, just why bother? They're neat. I really do enjoy them. However, one thing to point out, with these hands, if you ever take them off and want to put them back on this, they don't really like staying on after they've been on the actual wrist peg. The wrist peg's just a little bigger than these pegs right here, so keep that in mind, because these aren't going to stay on after a while. Both of them come with the standard Zaku machine gun with the swivel right there and the removable magazine. So you can see, yeah, that looks nice. And I believe this magazine can be tabbed on to the hip skirts if you want, even though you're left with a Zaku machine gun without a mag, so just keep it on them. Just keep it on, man! Both come with the Zaku bazooka with the swivel right there at the handle, nice paint at the scope, and a hinge for the handle. Really do enjoy the look of this. And Char comes with this effect part, only Char, and it goes into either bazooka, it's compatible. However, this effect part is huge and heavy, and you probably need a stand for it because the figure cannot hold up the weight of this bazooka. Hell, even the bazooka cannot hold up the weight of this effect part. So yeah, probably the weakest effect part here. Both come with the deployed and undeployed heat hawks. Really love the look of the deployed heat hawk. I love this gold paint right there. It just looks really nice. Purple is a weird color, however, it's the color they were in the anime, and it kind of bugs me that most HGUC Zakus don't have a purple sprue for these. It's just gray. But whatever, they still look nice. Both come with two little clips to clip on to the backpacks of the mobile suits, so you can have, say, the bazooka in storage alongside, which I think it's pretty good. They both also come with these clips right here, where you just flip up this little back skirt flap, plug it in, and you can put the bazooka on his butt. Pretty good. I like that. Happy they included it with this. However, it's a little bit of a pain to get out after you put it in. Getting on to more specific accessories, Char himself comes with two of these little effect parts for boosters. You can plug them onto, say, the back here. You can plug them onto the feet. Really do enjoy those. I'm not sure exactly where you can plug them on here. I believe you can plug them onto the feet. However, the backpack is, they might fit. No, I don't think they fit on the backpack of the normal Zaku, just the feet. But yeah, I do enjoy these effect parts, they look really good. You get this blast effect part that fits into the Zaku machine guns, per usual. Also can fit into a character-specific accessory for the normal Zaku that I'll show in a bit. However, it also fits with the HGUC Gundam Alex. You can fit this in between the Gatling for his arm, and yeah, it looks really good and it works. If you have HGUC Gundam Alex, this is a great accessory to have. Char also comes with an explosion effect piece that you can plug onto, say, the shield or his leg, whatever. It's a nice little thing to show some battle damage, or you can plug it onto a stand and just have, say, an explosion in the sky or whatever. It looks nice. I really do enjoy it. I like these little spikes, even though they are quite sharp. The normal MS06 does come with the Magella turret, and you can have this plugged in there, so that looks pretty nice. Even though they come with separate figures, it is compatible. And also, the standard Zaku comes with a separate skull cap for the command fin. Be very, very careful with this command fin. Do you see that little very thin point right there? Very easy to stress or bend. Very easy. He does not come with spares for the normal green one. However, Char's does come with a spare of this in case it bends. Mine actually bent on the Char, and I needed to use the spare, so be very, very careful with that. Normal Zaku also comes with a pretty cute little mine. Did I just call a mine cute? And finally, he comes with a little holder for both of the crackers here, and the crackers are removable, and they're nice looking. They have little gate marks pretty much all over them, and that's kind of ugly looking. But hey, it's not that much of a hassle, still looks nice. And finally, the most complex accessory with all of these. He does come with the leg missile pods. I really do like the look of these. How they work, I'll show you with the one that is removed. You have two sides of the actual leg. You have the back and you have the front. The back tabs to the inside of the leg first, and then the back, and it stays in. Then this tabs in the front after you've put on the back one. And then you put this on with these two pegs right there, the hole and the peg, and there you go, you have this on. You also can, say, take a heat hawk and push these missiles out, and the missiles can be kind of partially out if you want. However, they're individual pieces, and you can put in this effect part that you get two of. So if you want like one missile from each leg firing, or if you want two, you know, the top and the bottom, you can't have them side to side. Yeah, that works, and I really do enjoy that. Pretty neat accessory. So now that we have the accessories out of the way, let's look at the articulation, starting off with the Red Comet. We've got a ball joint at the head, as well as a hinge that moves up, and a separate hinge in the front that moves it down, if you want them looking up or down. You can also remove the skull cap very, very carefully, just peel it up from the front, and you can move the mono eye around. I really do enjoy that bit of articulation. The mono eye is also beautifully painted. Not a lot of paint on these figures, but that mono eye is beautiful. He also does have some joints right there at the shoulders. Does have a ball joint at the shoulder, a ball joint in actually just multiple hinges, it seems like. You can see how they're working up there. The hand just fell off. That is something that happens quite easily. Shoulder pad is on a bit of a hinge and swivel, just a lot of joints in there. Bicep swivel, double joint at the elbow that goes in pretty deep. This little wrist cuff can rotate, so it covers up most of the joint, and the joint is on a ball hinge, so it can swivel any way you want, and you can see the hand itself was on a ball joint. The waist is very, very complex and complicated. It's on a bit of a ball joint, however, it's on like a double hinge system, and you can see the copyright stuff right there. It can hinge down a lot. It can also hinge up fairly well. You can see the ball joint in there a little bit. It's kind of hidden in the shadow. Also, for the hip skirts, they can move outward pretty far, can move forward all the way, and that reveals the articulation of the hips. They do have a hinge that moves forward. They're on a ball joint. They also do have a bicep swivel. They also do have a double jointed knee. You can see the nice little bend of the rubber right there. You also do have a ball joint at the foot, as well as a hinge, as well as a toe hinge, as well as this piece being an individual piece you can move around if you want. Really, really articulated on this guy. I don't believe the back skirt has any articulation, but really it doesn't need it. But yeah, really, really articulated figure. Some noticeable sculpting differences between the normal Zaku II and the Char's custom. The legs, the Red Comet does have the extra thrusters for the 3x normal speed mobility. You can even see that those little panels are covered up on the normal one. But yeah, really do appreciate that detail. Also, for the 3x normal speed, he does have extra thrusters on his backpack. Honestly, the lack of thrusters on this guy almost makes him look like a ground type. I'm not really sure. But yeah, I do enjoy the differences of the sculpt. The colors are dead on for both versions of this figure. I absolutely love the colors. And removing this skull cap and putting on the command fin so you can see, it looks really nice. I really do enjoy that they included the command fin, even though, to my knowledge, I only saw it once in the original Gundam show. I could be mistaken, but I remember seeing it that one time, and that's pretty much it. Yeah, I do enjoy the look of this command fin, though, but just be very, very careful. Don't break it. The majority of the figures themselves are entirely unpainted. Most of it is just sculpted and molded plastic. The eye does have some paint, so does the little vent in the mouth, which is kind of funny. For being anime accurate, I always thought the vents were just green, but hey, they painted them, and I actually don't mind that. I've always liked my vents on my Zaku's being a darker color. But yeah, these two look really, really great together, and I can't recommend them enough. So, to give you guys some comparisons with other Zaku's in both action figure form and 1144 form, here they are with the original MSIA Zaku figures of the original mass production type, and the original Char Zaku. These are the American releases. As you can see, they look pretty nice. I really do prefer the new spirits over the old MSIAs. Even though the old MSIAs do have a charm to them, they're just not as articulated and posable, and the sculpting and detailing really isn't there. Like, if you look closely at his head, you can see he's got this giant seam line running down the whole thing. And the seams on these guys, I don't really notice any. They do kind of feel like pre-built models because of all of the gate marks you see every now and again, especially on the weapons. However, they look way nicer than the old MSIAs. And also here it is with the MSIA version 2 Zaku. You can see the shade of green on this is still really off from the traditional Zaku color. Here they are next to the old Robot Damashii Zaku II, and as you can see, the color is very, very different on the old Damashii. Also, the whole stature and proportion is way different. The old Damashii almost doesn't even feel like a 1144. It doesn't feel like the same model of MSO6. It's way more chunky, like you can see in the feet, it's way chunkier. The back skirt is also way more like Rick Damish, with how it has the very sharp angle down there compared to the traditional, more smoother back skirt on those. The colors, like I said, are way different, and the head design too. You can see this one just has a giant tube on the snout and not really much of a snout. Well, these guys really do have a pronounced snout. I really, really prefer the new Damashii Zaku, and given how they're about the same price nowadays, I think this one's way nicer because this one has this hardpoint system that's very ugly. Like, you can see all of those marks on the shield, and it's not as clean as the new one. I just go for the new one. And now some 1144 model kit comparisons, because I know a lot of you guys are probably thinking these are going to fit in well to your HGUC line. And you're absolutely correct. They fit in very, very nicely. As you can see, Garmazabi's Zaku II fits in really well. They're about the exact same size. He's looking a little big here. I think that's because he's got some weird hip thing going on. But yeah, maybe in dynamic poses they look better together than just typical standing of this. And yeah, it's a nice comparison. There it is with the normal Zaku. Over there in more standard poses, you can see they're about the same height. Here is the normal mass production Zaku with the normal mass production real grade Zaku. And as you can see, they're both going for entirely different aesthetic. As you can see, the real grade is going for more of the real robot look, say kind of in line with MS Igloo, while the Damashii, the Robot Spirits, is clearly going for the original Mobile Suit Gundam anime look. I'm not really sure which one I prefer. I would probably say I prefer the Spirits look. However, I do like the real robot look, you know, the more master grade look. Yeah, it's nice. I think they look pretty good together. The colors match fairly well, and maybe they don't look good right next to each other in, say, a military lineup, but maybe on a battlefield pose, I think you could probably pose them together. And now here is my favorite 1144 Zaku, the Robot Spirits, next to my favorite 1144 Zaku kit. This is the Origin Zaku II for Char Aznable. As you can see, the colors are just way different. Gundam the Origin went for a more darker red instead of the more salmon red for the original series. I really prefer the original colors. I really prefer the colors for the anime version. However, I do like the darker reds on the Origin. They're just going for different things. They're completely different interpretations of Char Zaku. And I would say if you'd only get one, probably get the model kit, because it's cheaper, it's nicer, it comes with a lot of accessories, it's nice, but personally, I really prefer the Spirits. Also, because I can imagine most of you probably have this thing, here they are next to the HGUC Revive RX-78-2. Scale works pretty damn good. They're about the same height, the Zaku being a little shorter as it should be, the Gundam being lankier as it should be. Yeah, this works. This works a lot for me. So there you go, guys. Hope you enjoyed this look at the Robot Spirits or Robot Damashii anime versions of both the MSO6 Zaku II mass production type and the MSO6S Zaku II Char Aznable's custom. Really, really love these figures. They come with a lot of accessories, a lot of detail, a lot of articulation. Well, not actually a lot of detail. They are going for more of the anime aesthetic, and I really do prefer that. I really do like the more simplistic looks on these guys. I like the lack of panel lining. I've never been a fan of panel lining. I think the sculpted detail does enough work, and I think these just look fantastic. They pose fantastic. They're pretty durable, even though I would really, really exercise caution with the command fin on both Char and the normal mass production type, because I don't trust them. I don't trust those fins. I really don't. Be careful. Don't break them. Please, just be careful with those fins. Well, anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed my review. Make sure to comment, like, and subscribe. Check out my Facebook and Instagram pages if you have a chance. Have a good day, guys, and as always, Sig Zion!